what is happening is they're taking human behavior that emerges out of spontaneous order plus the incentive systems in which human beings live in. They're equating that human behavior as human nature. Now, we know even if we follow the behaviorist theory, which is, behaviorist reductionism, you'll find that it doesn't hold. It's like, even if you consider human beings as a stimulus response machine, going to Pavlov's dogs, you'll have humans which are conditioned to a certain set of responses in a certain set of conditions, and the older generation, or whoever designs the incentives, they believe that that is human nature, and they believe that somehow by exploiting this stimulus response mechanism, they'll be able to produce desired behavior that is profitable. So what they do is they take an already conditioned nervous system, which is already, conditioned by the spontaneous order that we live in, the spontaneous order plus the incentive systems that we live in. So the incentive systems can be schools, government, institutions, politics, how we're treated, what is rewarded, what is punished in society. And I'm not just talking about like criminal conviction. I'm talking about, just the general types of behaviors that are rewarded or punished. So they've taken a conditioned set of responses to mean something about human nature. So it's a straw man argument. It's like they're taking already conditioned responses to mean something about human nature, and then using that to build incentives that will draw out desired behavior, right? And it doesn't work that way because you've misunderstood what human nature is all about. B, you're conditioning already conditioned human beings to, elicit certain responses from them, which conditions them even more. So now they're even more likely to behave in a way that that conforms with the kind of incentive systems that you've built up, rather than what you thought that they were going to do initially. So it's like you're taking a system that has a feedback loop in it, and you're assuming that it's got no feedback. It's like an open loop that just you just give it input and it'll give you outputs. But that's not how human beings are. If that's how really human beings were, then totalitarian control would have been possible, would have been the reality. The fact that we've had uprisings and revolutions and political unsettlement, political unrest, doesn't mean that we exist like that. Does that sort of make sense? Yeah. Let me know in the comments. Let me know.